I'm super excited to be here, and I'm happy for every single person. Before I dive into what I have today, I just want to celebrate the people I have on the high table. Alright, first of all, I want to celebrate my life coach, my father, engineer, the CEO of the Stop the Cycle Initiative, Engineer Uche Augustine. Alright, every single time I see him standing here, I see passion. He is one of the persons that taught me to be a passionate person. Whatever you do, if you're not passionate about it, trust me, you would not last long. I'm telling you, even if you're a pastor, you're a preacher, an entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, your job, if you're not passionate about it, you will not last long, because when you hit the storms, you will get to stop along the wayside. So you ought to be passionate. That's one thing I love about him. One more time, celebrate Engineer Uche in the house. I also want to celebrate my friend and brother, Santa Boki. We always meet at the radio station. I want to celebrate Honey in the house, the lady with a vibe. The lady with a vibe. And I mean, with a standing ovation, forgive me, our special guest, all the way from the United States of America, Charlotte to be precise. Give a round of applause and a shout in the house for Mr. James Salant. He is my mentor. I'm super excited to have you here, sir. Like I always say, he taught me one thing. He always says that I would never forget. He says, never miss a meeting that you are what? Qualified for. I love the fact that everybody can say it. Say it again. Never miss a meeting that you are what? Qualified for. Thank you so much, sir, for coming here all the way from the United States. Thank you so much. You can have your seat. Alright, briefly I'm going to be talking about reset and expand, and I'm not going to dive into so much. I just want to share my story. Alright, can everybody hear me? I can switch to pigeon, don't be deceived, okay? Don't be deceived. Alright, so but I want to share my story. I want to tell everybody how I met Mr. James Salant. Alright, when I share this story, you know how it relates to reset and expand. Alright, you ready for me, somebody? You ready for me, somebody? You ready for me? Okay. Now, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a musical artist. I studied music diploma. Alright, and I love music so much. So one of the days, let me take you on a journey. One of the days, I was, trying to host a musical event, just like this, but it was more like a musical concert. And I was preparing. I was broke. I'm telling you. You know what broke is? Most of you say you're broke, but you can eat morning, afternoon, night. You're not broke. I was broke. I could not afford $1. I could not. But I was trying to apply faith, because the musical event I was trying to do was going to cost money. But somehow I just, faith, I was pushing to make sure that it works without no money. Somebody say without no money. I'm saying that again because you should know that you have no excuse. Alright? You have no excuse to expand. And while I was trying to prepare, plan the event, and all that, I got a text from Facebook. Alright? From Facebook. Was it a text? I think it was a voice note, sir. And he said, 10 years ago, or 8 years ago, if you had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin, knowing the value now, would you have bought Bitcoin? You answer that question. Huh? I can hear everybody. 9 years ago, 10 years ago, if you had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Litecoin, cryptocurrency, knowing the what now, would you have gone for that? Because I remember, if I'm right, I remember that there was a certain time that Bitcoin was not up to $1,000. Right? Now imagine that you actually had 10 Bitcoin years back, and over the years, now Bitcoin is about 100 million naira, which is about $70-something thousand. Am I right? You will have people that know the value of dollar in the house. If you know the value of dollar in the house, let me see your hand. Presently, you know the value of dollar in the house. What's the value of dollar? Sorry? 1,200. Okay. Any other person with a different figure? Yeah? Sorry? 1,300. Are you sure you did not check your probably Binance or something? Okay. All right. Now, yeah, Bitcoin, dollar right now ranges between 1,200 to 1,300, but majorly 1,200. All right. Now, if you had known the future, probably you had a glimpse of the future of what it will cost to get Bitcoin, you would have gone for that before now. Now let me tell you something. You can also tell yourself that an opportunity also came for you to get Bitcoin at that time. Am I right? Right? Every single person here, or 80% of the people here, you have that opportunity. You began to hear the news about Bitcoin, forex trading, these and that, network marketing, and all that. But guess what? You never had interest in it. You know why? You lacked the knowledge. You lacked a lot of knowledge. You lacked the view, the sight to see the future. Trust me. One of the reasons why we have this meeting is because we want to open your eyes to see the future. And you know the funny thing, the future is now. They say Nigeria, you're the leader of tomorrow. You know that, right? You're the leader of tomorrow. Should I switch to Pidgin? As I speak Pidgin, it's just that the English is, I'm trying my best. And tomorrow never comes, because if tomorrow comes, you still say tomorrow is tomorrow, right? So when you say the future, if you get to tomorrow, you still say the future, right? If you get to tomorrow, you still say the future. So now the future is now. This meeting is going to open your eyes to what the future, which is now, looks like. So you grab your opportunity. Now he sent me the message, if you have the opportunity, you will know the value of what Bitcoin is now, and all that. And I said, yes. Now let me tell you something. I used to be this kind of guy that did this internet fraud and all that. All right, I'm sure many of you know about that. The Yahoo thing, you hear Yahoo, right? Yahoo. I'm a Nigerian, I don't mind this my accent. But everybody knows about Yahoo now. You know about, I don't really look me. Yeah? So look at my Pidgin, my data Pidgin. On a no Yahoo. Okay, you know Yahoo. Okay, you know Yahoo. Okay, there is difference between Yahoo and Yahoo. Alright, okay. Okay, so now I was involved in all that, and somehow along the line I just wanted to stop. But it was difficult. I'm saying this story because a lot of us here have different stories. Now deep down, I didn't want to do this. But somehow, I was not a broke Yahoo boy. I had touched money. But I come from a Christian background. I come from a good background. And my family could not eat this money. So it was like me isolating myself with my wealth. And it's boring, trust me. Do you know that? Because I know the mothers here would love their children to spoil them. Mom, am I right? Exactly. Yeah. Engineer Uche's wife is here. Hello, Mom. Miss Christabel? Yeah, hello. Would you love John, Anna, and Eden to spoil you in the future? Beautiful. So imagine them having a wealth that the parents cannot enjoy. So deep down, I was worried about, having all this myself. And I prayed one prayer. I said, God, to stop this here, I will know is you. I said, you gotta give me something where they give me better block, better iron. Alright? Because imagine you're making millions and all of a sudden you now have to switch to making, every month 100,000, every month 50,000. My first job in Port Harcourt, when I came back from Delta State, I was paid 20,000. I was working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Jesus. Can you imagine that? Alright? So it was a big deal for me. And along the line, while I was praying that prayer, I said, God, you have to give me a job. And then it was looking like, hey, you have to just stop it. And the truth is, environment matters. When I came back to Port Harcourt, I somehow stopped it. But it was difficult because I tell you, it is easier to overcome a temptation that you do not have a knowledge about. Do you understand? When you do not have a knowledge about something, you would hardly fall into that temptation. Because for you to fall into that temptation, you need to learn the process, right? And then fall into the temptation. Alright? But not knowing this thing, you might think, oh, the process is long. But when you know it, is easy for you to just fall. So every single time I get broke, I need money, I'm hungry. Jesus. Woo. The only thought that comes to my head is quick money, and the quick money is doing something to, get in the scam someone. See, it was like a mental battle. Now we're talking about reset and expand. All right, now this is me on the journey and fall. So I'm gonna give you when I have to reset. After an information that came to me, after an opportunity that came to me. Alright? Now let me tell you something. Opportunities sometimes come to help you to reset. Alright? Opportunities come sometimes to do what? To help you to do what? To help you do what? Good. So when I got the voice note from my mentor, Mr. G, I said yes. And he called me and we started talking. Trust me, sir, I didn't tell you this. When you called me, I was very reluctant. You know why? I used to, I was involved in all the whole, fraudulent out of line. So I felt like he was a Nigerian trying to, fake an accent. And in my mind, I'd be like, who is this guy? I'm like, we don't do this to come up and do relax. You understand? But then, I don't know what happened. He switched the call to a video call. Remember, sir? He switched to a video call and he showed me his face. I said, oh! He's an American. Oh! And he showed me his family. He showed me certificates, and all that. And then I knew, hey, this was an opportunity. But guess what? I had an experience. He called. Even if I thought this might not be real, I still gave him the opportunity to speak to me. I'm going to digress a little bit. I tell some ladies, when a guy walks up to you, first of all, he has to be decent. Just decent. A guy walks up and says, hello, what's your name? And you look at him and you walk away. Hey. You might have just lost an opportunity because you wait for the first word that comes out of he or she has her mouth to be sure that it makes sense. Can I be truthful? A lot of us have low self-esteem. That's why you do that. Now when he kept on saying what he was saying, and then he offered the opportunity. And guess what? The opportunity he gave to me was going to cost me a little penny. I call it a little penny now because by the grace of God it's a little penny. Alright? But I didn't have $1. And when he said that he asked me a question I would never forget. You said, sir, how much is the highest you've actually gotten from, what you were doing before now? And I told him some millions. And he said, have you ever thought about making way more than you've actually made before? And I was like, okay. And then he shared an opportunity. And I knew, watch this, that I didn't have what it took to grab the opportunity. But hey, I kept on believing. Sometimes you think you don't have what it takes to grab that opportunity. You think. You don't have it. It's a mental limitation. You need to reset. Rethink it, accept that opportunity, make the move, and you're heading to expansion. Somebody say expansion. And then we talked and we dropped the call. And I said, God, I don't know. I don't have the money. But this looks real. Now guess what? When I was in that other world, I was into crypto stuff. Yeah. I was doing the scam kind of forex. I was doing the scam kind of crypto. And God being merciful, he brought an opportunity that I could actually easily understand. If only I gave myself the opportunity. If only I opened myself to that opportunity. And when it came, I saw everything. I was like, oh, okay. And then, oh my God. And then he said, Gideon, I want you to do this. I'm not going to go into much details. I want you to do that. I'm going to sign you up. Now, not everybody got the opportunity. Don't be deceived. Not everybody got the opportunity. Trust me, listen. Engineer Uche was saying something that he had to let go of the mentality of free. Because I know, as I just said, that he said, okay, Gideon, I'm going to pay for you. Let me tell you something. An opportunity comes to two kinds of people. It's either you have the money to grab the opportunity or you're ready to work it out. Alright? So I bring an opportunity to you, and probably you don't have everything. Alright? But I look at you in the eyes, and I look at this young man or this young woman, and I see she's ready to work. I'm telling you, all the Bible says faith without work is death. And then he told me, watch this video, do this, do that. And somehow I was doing every single thing he asked me to do. And 1 month, 2 months, I made my first $100, $200, $300. So I was heading to expansion. Now watch this. When the opportunity came to me, I grabbed the opportunity. It made me to reset. Now listen. Most of you can go back and quickly want to come from. No. When you reset, it's like you withdraw. And you stay back and you begin to do what you need to do to expand. What do I need to do to expand? What do I need to do? What do I listen to? You know about the 5 senses. What you hear, what you see, what you smell, what you say, and what your hand touches, right? So how do I expand after I have reset? So I go back. Oh my God, I'm becoming passionate right now. Okay, I go back and I begin to think. And then the co-CEO of the company, the Envision Health Wealth Company, is David Immunity. He says, who do you listen to? What do you listen to? What do you say with your mouth? What do you see? Let me tell you something. Every day you wake up in the morning, you wake up with a mentality of the things you've heard, the things you've seen, the things you've said, and probably the things you've touched, your environment. So you want to expand after you have reset. The first thing you want to do is this. What do I listen to? My mentor would tell me, Mr. G, he would say, Gideon, you want to be a great leader, you have to listen to David. I mean, pick a mentor. If it's David, you have to listen to him over and over again. He said today to me, he said, I listened about 6 times. And I'm like, okay, I'm still getting started. He said, when you feel like it, when you don't feel like it, life is not emotional. Life is intentional. So when you don't feel like it, it shouldn't stop you from doing what you need to do. You make mistakes, you fall. He said something to me. God. He said, as a leader, when I came up in the morning, when I came up earlier and I said, every single person here is a leader. You might not be a leader in an organization, but you might be a leader somewhere. And I said in the home that every man is the head of the family. But trust me, every man, every woman is the head of the kitchen. So you have to be a leader somewhere. He said, as a leader, because I'm talking to leaders right now, he said, as a leader, you cannot run away from problems. You should not run away from difficult situations. I used to be like that. When it hits me so hard, I withdraw and I try to solve everything myself. But he said, we are as leaders problem solvers. You meet a problem, don't walk away. You face it head on. So when you reset, as I round up, you begin to think, I want to expand. Like you're here right now, probably you never had an idea what you came for. And now you're hearing these words right now, and you're saying, okay, I want to expand. This word I'm sharing right now, what my mentor, Mr. Uche, has shared, is going to make you reset. Right? It's going to make you reset. And then right now, as you're listening, you're going to ask yourself, what can I do to expand? What do I need to do? Let me help you. Who do you listen to? What do you listen to? What do you watch? What do you say every day? I'm broke. The economy is telling on me. I can't afford this. This and that. What are you saying? Now when you fix what you see, when you fix what you say, when you fix what you hear, when you fix your environment, and then you have a vision. You have a vision. I learned something from my mentor. He said, impact over income. A lot of us in this room, you want to make lots of money. You want to make money, right? You want to make money. You want to have lots of money, right? But I tell you the truth. When you make impact, income will come. A short story as I round up. I went to swim. I think the young man is here. I went to swim. I love swimming. And while I was swimming, I saw a young guy. He's 16 years old. Now I learned this from my mentor because I was a total stranger and he came through for me. He helped me, impacted my life, and here I am now. So I met this young man and I saw him. He was so handsome. He's here. I'm not going to call his name. He was with his sister and we got talking. And while we were talking, we were just gisting. I'm a sanguine, if you know the temperament. I love talking. All right. So, and then I said, let me take your number. He said he doesn't have a phone. I said, you don't have a phone? I said, what's wrong? You don't have a phone or your phone is bad. He said his phone is bad. I said, okay. So how haven't you fixed it? He said he doesn't have the money. I said, how much is it? He said 15,000 there. His sister was there. And I said, okay. Let me fix it for you. Now I was doing that not to show off. I was doing that because I had the mentality of impact. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I sent him 15,000. He fixed his phone. Sir, this was what threw me about the young man. He's here. He's 16 years old. He asked me, sir, but what do you do? A lot of us might just be excited at that opportunity. Oh, somebody just helped me. You know, the adage just say, teach me how to fish, to just give me fish. He said, what do you do? I was with one of my brothers, he's here. And I became very compassionate. And I asked him, how old are you? And he told me 16. I was like, whoa. In my head, I said, oh, this is an opportunity to impact someone. And I said, I'm a Forex trader. And that's what he said. I'm a Forex trader too. Boom. Whoa. And we connected. He's here. And I know the same way my mentor, Mr. Jim, sees a great future in me as I obey every single instruction he gives. He says something to me. Wealth is in instructions. The same thing I will tell every single person here. Wealth is in instructions. And I look forward to seeing a great future in that young man. So when you think about what you see, what you hear, what you say, then you have a vision. I want to be an awesome Forex trader. I want to learn the skill set so hard that the world is going to look for me. I'm going to provide solution to the world. Not to show off, but to teach a skill set that will make the world, every individual in the world, learn a skill set that would make them a minimum of 1 millionaire. My mentor always says something. He said, I want to impact the lives of 1 million Nigerians. Now he said Nigerian because the main vision is impact 1 billion. So if you want to impact, you have to first expand yourself so you can reach out to other people and impact them. So you look at the vision, focus on the vision, learn the skill set that relates with the vision that you have. Now watch this. Remember, you reset what you hear, what you see, what you say with your mouth, the vision before you. You follow through the vision and every instruction that the vision has. While you follow the vision, you expand. While you follow the vision, you expand. While you follow the vision, you expand. My mentor also said, that's the CEO, the co-founder of Envision You. He said something. He said, you might say, I want to attain success. But trust me, when you get to that level that you think is success, you want more. So success is continuous. So you want to expand, keep moving. What you listen, what you say, opportunities like this. Great event make great people. Alright? My mentor always pushes me, Gideon, you need to be in that meeting. You need to be in this meeting. You need to be in that meeting. Initially he said, now watch this. Initially he said, don't worry, I'll send you the money, you go. But he got to a point, now watch this. He got to a point, he said, Gideon, work the money out and be in that meeting. I'm not sending you the money. Gideon, you gotta work this out yourself. You want to be a leader, you have to work it out yourself. And I try my best. Sometimes I fail. But there are times when you're trained from your mentor to, he pushes you. And the time comes, he wants you to stand. This meeting is a gathering of leaders. And it's an opportunity for you. And I tell you, the acronym for POUR is passing over opportunities repeatedly. Every opportunity that's going to be shared here, when you hear it, do not limit yourself with your mind. One last thing I'm going to tell you. One last thing, I'll be out of your way in 2 minutes. In 1 minute, I want every single person to think about the future you have in your mind. Oh, you want to have a private jet, you want to have, all that. Can you take 30 seconds and 1 minute to think about it? Now, don't look at me, just think about it. Imagine it. Alright? 30, 29, 28, 27. Imagine it. Trust me, if you're not imagining that, you're not ready to expand. Alright? Imagine it. Did anybody see something? Did you see how big you are in the future? Has anybody seen anything? You see something? Respond, your leaders. You see something? Are you there yet? Are you there yet? But you're saying something, right? Do you know what that means?